We recently did a service where the speaker had a great presentation. It was a missionary speaker, and he had a PowerPoint presentation that took up the whole screen, and we had his picture with multiple angles in one of the four corners, and we were able to move the uh, different the corners around to the different corners, and that was very good depending on the picture that was in his presentation. So I thought I would show you how we set that up in order to do that. It was a very good service, and so you need two computers, OBS, NDI, a bunch of plugins for OBS to move it around, and I used Touch Portal to control that. So I will show you exactly a little bit of what the presentation looked like, and then we'll come back to that.
And Martha loves to teach the teachers, because one of the things that we've always wanted to do is empower people to carry on these things. So she's here now teaching a teacher in her setting. She also has, of course, practice rooms, playing the piano, a keyboard, reading the music notes, and actually playing something I'm not yet very well at that yet. But anyways, it's something she does very well. Computer room is still there. We have computer training, so we learn different aspects of computers. So that's carried on. Even during this COVID times, they're being able to learn how to use computers. There's even small repair area, and that's something that she's learning about in her students, to fix some of the things that break down. And one thing that we have is now a recording studio. So actually the music that they're actually reading and writing, and they can actually play and then put it down. And churches come with their choirs, and they come and they do recordings, and other people come. So this has been a great resource for the community, the Christian community, to be able to write their own worship music and record it. So as Martha has been able to continue that on, and she carries that part on, God has moved me from revitalizing the hospital, because that's where we live, on a hospital compound, revitalizing the hospital, to actually looking what's happening in the rural community just around us, just outside of our area. And I don't even have to go that far to find this different people group.
And then I'll show you now. I've remoted into our church's computer here, and you can see this is our OBS setup, and we run a multi-monitor setup for that, so that we can see the second monitor is for viewing all of the cameras that we have. We run 4 different cameras, and I think what I will do, I will probably do this tutorial in 3 parts. This part will probably just be to set up just how OBS is set up first, and then I'll show you the next part about setting up the other computer that runs PowerPoint and bring that over into the OBS computer as a scene there. And the other thing that we did, we used Easy Worship for that computer to bring that to the front of the church, so that the missionary could see what we were sending out on the live stream as well. And after that, I will probably, the last part will be how I set up Touch Portal in order to control it. Touch Portal is a program that runs on your phone or tablet to be able to have buttons there, and you click on those and it will control OBS to switch scenes and enable sources and different things like that. So you can set those up, and so I will just basically, let's switch to the main scene here, main display of Touch Portal. no, this is OBS, sorry. So I created a scene collection called PowerPoint, and we probably might use this in the future, so I'll save this. And what I did was, we have this scene called Final. This is the scene that is always the one that is the selected scene that we never change from here. The next scene is the PowerPoint scene, and this is where the PowerPoint will come in from the other computer. And so you can see the source here is PowerPoint from laptop, and that comes in from NDI over the laptop there. So in that second part of the tutorial, I will show you how you do that. So you again need to have the NDI plugin installed properly on that. I'll leave links in the description on where you can go and get that. But you just need to click on that, click on the properties, and then just set the NDI source for that to bring it in properly on that. Then the next scenes are the different camera scenes. Then we have 4 different cameras that we run on our service, and these scenes are here so that we can preview these scenes. Now I don't actually have the cameras hooked up right now, so I've just got different colors of the different cameras so that I can explain to you when we go to the different picture-in-picture scenes, how that is set up. So we've got different colors for representing the different cameras there, and they're in, again, each of the camera scenes. So you can actually see this one here. This is the actual camera here, but it's not hooked up, so we have just this source here that is representing the camera right now. So hopefully that's not too confusing for you, but just so that you can visually see what's going on when you go into the picture-in-picture one, then you can see what's going on there. Finally, we have the picture-in-picture scene here, and the picture-in-picture scene contains mirror sources of all of the preview scenes. So what you need is the StreamFX plugin, and the StreamFX plugin, I'll leave a description again in the a link in the description where you can get the StreamFX plugin, and it will let you create. If you click on that, you can go and you can click on source mirror, which will allow you to create a mirror of one of the other sources that you already have defined in your system. Once you have the StreamFX plugin installed, the source mirror is very easy to add. You just add it as a source here, and you just click on the source mirror, and as I mentioned, let's just call it sample mirror. And once you do that, you just have a list of all of the different sources that you have, that you've already got in your system already set up. And so if I wanted to, say, mirror the green source again, I can find the green source and click on that, and then I have another copy of the green source, and it would be called again sample source. So you can make copies of the source again, and so that is how we copy the different cameras that are in the preview scenes into the picture-in-picture scene here. And so if you do that, then you can have these all in this picture-in-picture image scene, because once you have all of those set up, then what you can do in this scene here, you can hide that, and then you get different sources that are enabled. And so using Touch Portal, you can enable, you can hide or show the appropriate source. And so basically this yellow would represent the camera, and so that camera would be shown. And then when you click on another button, then all of this camera would be shown. Then if you clicked on another button, this camera would be shown, and all the way up. So if you have everything there in Touch Portal, when I get to the Touch Portal one, I will show you how that will work. But if you have everything in the scene here, then what you can do, if you go back to the final scene, let's put a camera on here. So we have a camera visible in the picture-in-picture scene, and then you go to the final scene, and you can see here we have the PowerPoint scene, we have the picture-in-picture scene. We click on that, you can see that's here, and then we size this to be in one of the corners there. And then we also have the audio, which comes from our soundboard. So this is what we always keep there. And so once we do that, we can change the cameras again. Like I'll go back here, and then we can change the camera by just hiding this camera and showing this camera. So if I go back to the final scene, then you see, okay, yes, then it's the green camera. And so I hope you understand how that works for the picture-in-picture on that, for that source there. So that's how that works. Then the other plugin that needs to be used in order to get the picture-in-picture to move from the top left to the top right to the bottom right there is the move transition. And again, I will put the link to the move transition in the description as well. And so what you basically do for that is you can right click on the actual scene here, and then you go to filters, and then you can see here I have 5 different filters, and these are all move transition filters, move source filters. And so I'll just show you exactly in order to activate the filters, you would just click on the eye icon next to this. So if I wanted to move the picture-in-picture to the top right, I would click on this and it moves it. So you can move it around top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and then I have another one which makes the camera go full screen. So you can do that. So with the combination of that, you can make it very versatile to move the picture-in-picture all the way around, and you could even, if you wanted to, have one that would be in the center of the screens all the way around, but that we decided that we only needed the four corners on that. So I'll just show you. Basically, you click on the screen here. One trick that I learned from watching a YouTube video, if you click on the video or the source there, and then you decide, say for instance, I wanted to adjust the top left position to make it go down a little bit more, I can just actually go and drag it down a bit. Then I can scroll down here, and there's a button here that says, where is it there? Get Transform. So if you click Get Transform, it'll copy the position of where it is. So we click on that, and that will copy that there. Then the other thing that you need to do in order for it to activate properly is the setting for triggering the transition is this start trigger. You need to make sure that it is set to enable, which means when the eye icon is clicked. So there's different ways of enabling it, but this is the one that works good when you click on that. So it works well with Touch Portal to do it that way. So once you click on that, then you can set that up. And so if I move it, basically, let's go to top right. And then if I click top left and move it back to the other position there. So that's how you can set up the move filters. I'll just actually click on this and just move it back up to the top left, because that's where I want to keep it there. And then I'll go back to here and I'll click on the Get Transform button. Where is it again? Lots of settings, there it is. Get Transform, and then it will save it there. So again, clicking on the buttons will save it there. And once you set that up, then you can just close the filter box there. So once you've set all that up. So once that's basically setting up how to do all of the scenes and filters in OBS, and I think that's probably good for the first part of the tutorial. If you have any questions, just let me know, and hopefully I can answer them. And if I didn't explain anything or I went too fast, this is one of my very first tutorials, so I'm not really sure if I was if I explained things properly, but hopefully you understood. So thanks.